Hello everyone, King Poshcock here. Now we got the latest Bannerlord development blog here from August 17th given to us by Callum from Tailworlds. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and analyze what's going on at Tailworlds in this week's blog. Now Callum starts off by crushing the anticipation we all felt towards Bannerlord at Gamescom. For those of you who weren't aware, many people including me and most of the well-known warband YouTubers predicted that Tailworlds would grant us mercy from our anxiety surrounding Bannerlord's release date at Gamescom 2017. However, that is not the case, as Callum preemptively states,
"No, we won't release a announced date for Bannerlord at Gamescom."
Callum then goes on to tell us yet again that Tailworlds has no interest in creating a deadline, which in turn would affect the greatness of Bannerlord. Now we as community members have been quite vocal, some of us even outraged by Tailworlds' unorthodox approach of finishing the game first, releasing it second, but I sincerely believe, although it pains me to say, that the wait will be worth it in the end.
But so many companies give a release date, why don't you?
Callum answers that,
"We respect every approach, of course. We are not saying that if a company announces a release date, then they are not trying their best to develop a great game. It's just that every company has a different philosophy and a different set of circumstances. For example, some companies have publishers, shareholders, investors, and owners who press for a release date, even if it means cutting content from the game."
Now Callum brings up a very important point here for us to consider. Other AAA game developers, such as the Call of Duty franchise, are under tremendous pressure from investors who are solely interested in making profit and not a good game. In the next paragraph, Callum states that,
We are not in that situation, and creating the best possible game is at the utmost importance to us. Why limit ourselves with a release date if no one is pushing us to do so?"
Callum then goes on to say how there is no monetary incentive for delaying the game. So the claim that the wait stems from purely an intention to create a polished game is probably true. Unless of course, bugs and other developmental errors have been encountered, as many believe is what is keeping Bannerlord from birth. Callum clears this up by stating that they have encountered their fair share of bugs, and that does add up to the delay. However, this is all part of the process, leaving us to believe that Tailworlds is still in control and not in developmental hell. So what will Tailworlds actually show us? In the next paragraph, Callum states that the wait is due to the massive scale of Bannerlord, which includes countless new features including fief and kingdom management, a deep trading system, a diplomacy and relationship system, and epic battles with hundreds of on-screen combatants that the player can command. There is literally nothing new here, but then Callum reinforces that a multiplayer matchmaking system and an extremely user-friendly modding tool will be released along with the game. He then states that the 5 years is not actually that long to develop a game of such proportions, involving new music, textures, animations, a new engine, and countless new mechanics and more. I'd love to have you guys comment and discuss what mods you guys are keenly waiting for. Anyways, I have to agree with Callum here, as arguably one of the greatest video games ever, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, which had a much larger and experienced team than Tailworlds, took almost 4 years to develop. This was probably the largest scale video game to this day. Other anticipated games like Star Citizen will take possibly much longer than this. However, the difference is that Star Citizen is actually involved in sharing their developments, whereas Tailworlds merely released a broad blog or article entry once in a while. That's basically it for the blog, as Callum signs off, leaving us waiting for some big secret reveal at Gamescom later in August, and reminding us to check in with the published Q&A with Tailworld's lead developer and founder Armagan Yavuz in the next week's Bannerlord blog entry. That's it from me. Please rate, subscribe, and comment what mods you guys are keen for. I'm an avid fan of warband mods, and I'm hoping to put together a team to create some great Bannerlord mods. Thank you and good night.